Okay, so since I'm not doing a long run this Sunday because I have a quote-unquote race to do, I'm going to space out the Black Keys over a couple of short runs. So let's start it with start El Camino. Gonna hit play right now. Okay. First thing I should say, as the music is starting, oh, nice riff, is that I read the credits before I came out to run, and two things that jumped out at me was I can't believe they have a full booklet, all of pictures of cars. That's ridiculous. And the other thing was that Chad Blake is the engineer, the mixer. He mixed the record. And Chad Blake, it was the producer of Fish's Undermine album. So now there's a Fish connection. All right, so this is pretty much what in my mind the Black Keys sound like. So let's just see how it goes. All right, wait a minute, I know this song. When I got to that chorus, I definitely recognized it. Was this a single or something? I know I've heard this song before. Good song, too. Ah, I think I remember where I heard this. And it actually ties to that Johnny Knoxville thing. So, about 6 years ago, Howard Stern did a big 60th birthday bash. And he had a bunch of musicians and comedians and everything play. And the Black Keys played. And that's where Johnny Knoxville introduced them as the Blackies. And this, I'm pretty sure, is the song that they did. Okay, moving on to track 2, Dead and Gone. Nice driving beat here at the beginning. I like the drum sound. It's kind of flat, but I like that because it's neutral, you know. I know you probably won't believe me, but I gotta tell you, the sound is a bit reminiscent of Portugal the Man, just with a lower register singer. But a lot of the sound of it and the arrangement, the music, the melody, the backing vocals, very reminiscent of Portugal the Man to me. All right, so Dead and Gone came to an abrupt halt, and now we're on Gold on the Ceiling. I love the shuffle beat, but I also really love that low, distorted bass in there. Very cool. What a groove. I gotta say, I also love that distorto synth too. Really cool. Okay, Little Black Submarines, I think it's called. And slowing it down, quietening it down a little bit. But I like how that Hammond organ creeps into my right ear ever so slowly and quietly. Whoa, is this still the same song? It is. Suddenly guitars and drums came crashing in. Very nice. Wow, yeah, Chad Blake likes panning. You can hear it all over the Undermined record, and this is no exception too. That guitar solo comes blasting into your left ear. When you listen with headphones, it jumps right to the forefront. All right, moving on to Moneymaker. Is that the bass doing that riff? No, the bass is on the left. That's the guitar chugging along on the right. Yeah, there's that panning again. I guess I should also note Danger Mouse as the producer, which is an interesting choice because I wouldn't put him with an indie band like the Black Keys, but I guess that's what's so cool, and that's probably why they chose him. But interestingly, with him and Chad, because I know Chad does this too, the drums are very compressed, and so in that spot where they're doing all those staccato hits in Moneymaker, and he's hitting the cymbal, but you're not getting the full ring out of the cymbal because it's so squashed that you're just getting the initial hit. And it's like, and you're not hearing the full ring out. It's not a crisp sound, but it's a very compressed sound, but it's a very unique sound. All right, moving on to Run Right Back, which is exactly what I'm doing. Interesting note about this song, and I think a couple of the other ones too, they don't really sometimes even bother with chords. It sounds like the bass and the guitar both just play single note riffs and leave it at that. And it leaves a lot of space in the music. It doesn't clutter it or kind of make it too tight, too overdone. And I like that space. Jack White does that too, I guess, doesn't he? Which would explain why you like both of these guys. Boo! That shouldn't have faded out. That should have had an ending. Shame on them. Sister is the next song. Once again, I've got guitar right over there in my left ear. There it is. See it? That's the guitar right there. Damn, this, I love the synths. This sounds like Daft Punk. Seriously. Okay, just finished Sister, and I'm going to leave it at that until my Monday run. So we'll stop it there. And again, I think with Sister, the vocal stylings and the melody reminded me again of Portugal the Man, but that whole backing track was very Daft Punk-like in my mind, at least. Who knows? Okay, so we're on hell of a season, and once again I'm playing that game in my head of who does this remind me of? Who does this sound like? And I hate to say it, but it keeps coming back to Portugal the Man. I don't know why. Well, I guess I do know why, but you know, that's just my frame of reference, I guess. All right, stop, stop. He doesn't just want you to stop. You gotta stop, stop. I like the glockenspiel sound in the chorus. It's a nice touch. Kudos to them for not falling into the trap of the cliche of stopping on the word stop. There's a great YouTube video. I think it was made by Todd in the Shadows, but I'm not 100% sure of that, where it's just a whole compilation of songs that stop on the word stop. It's cliche, man, and they didn't fall for it. All right, we are on Nova, baby. Got to talk about the car since, you know, this is the El Camino album. There's something very 60s vibey about this song. It might be the combination of the driving beat and that organ ringing out during the chorus and the hook there. But I like that, it's cool. Well, I don't know what the title means, but I did certainly like the lyrics in that song. Good one there. And we are now on Mind Eraser. I had a drink called a Mind Eraser once. It did not go well after that. Cute what they did there. I see what they did. The last song on the album, the hook is "Don't Let It Be Over." I see what you did there. All right, so that's El Camino, and I got to say the highlights probably were Lonely Boy and Nova Baby. I think those are the two standout tracks on the record. And all in all, though, just a good sounding record, and you know, well done. Not a whole lot of it moves me to the point of fascination, but definitely entertaining and a good sounding band, and unique mostly, except for the times when it reminds me of Portugal the Man. So there you go, El Camino, Black Keys, running review number 2.